Hey everybody, Will Hamilton here alongside 1993 French Open Grand Slam doubles champion, Murphy Jensen.
That's 1993.
I said 93, didn't I?
Yeah, I thought you were referring to the 1893 French
Open. Well, they played the French back then?
Yeah, Christopher Columbus, I think, won, came over on the Mayflower, and no,
that was the
not.
Pilgrims. But
yeah, we're talking Washington Kastles.
Let's pivot back to the Kastles. So you are in town. The Kastles tickets go on season today.
On sale today.
On sale today, exactly. And then the season is this summer. And now, Murphy, the thing about the Kastles that always struck me is you're a great doubles player, obviously, and you've got some unbelievable doubles talent on the team. Serena and Venus, Leander Paes, and Rennae Stubbs.
Yep.
So today I think we should talk about a little bit of doubles and kind of tap into your knowledge as a former pro and champion and help some of our audience learn how to do some of the stuff these amazing Kastles players are doing on court.
Well, in World Team Tennis, as you know, doubles represents, you got the women's doubles, the men's doubles, and mixed doubles. There's 3 sets that are crucially important. So doubles, if you win those 3 sets, you're going to win the matches. So the reason we stack heavily with players that can play singles and doubles, more so on the doubles side, is because we need those points. And the things we talk about on the court are movement.
Yep.
Everywhere on the court there's movement. On the return, most coaches will say the most important thing in doubles is serve and return. Absolutely.
Yep.
But between your return and between your serve to the next shot is movement. At the net, on the baseline, up and back. It's really about shifting as a team. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Starting with, I think we can talk about poaching. We won't start at the serve, we won't start at the return. Let's start here at the net.
Okay.
Where you and I are, we're going to talk about poaching. I have the fuzzy yellow tennis balls is my favorite place to go for all tennis knowledge. And we're going to talk about the yellow brick road.
Okay.
The yellow brick road isn't what you might think it is. It's when you're at the net and your server's serving the ball in there and you're the guy at the net. Most players make the mistake of crossing and poaching to the side.
Okay.
They go directly across as opposed to diagonally toward the net strap. I look at this net strap as the most valuable commodity in doubles, because that's where you're going to be picking off shots. Our team tries to win the battle in the middle. Let's do some of these drills, show them how it's done, and watch your game improve.
All right, let's get to it. All right, so yellow brick road.
All right, what I mean by that is you got fuzzy yellow balls to fuzzy yellow brick road.
Okay.
And the way we're going to do that is when you're at the net and your partner is serving, you're down here. Most likely, a good doubles team is going to want to take some shots at you.
They're going to
test me and test you on this down the line shot. They see real estate there.
All right.
Doubles is a game of real estate. You have to find a way to steal that real estate. And what I say is what I see from a lot of players, even the best in the world, is that when that ball comes to them and they look for that poach, instead of closing forward on the net, stay with me, Will.
Okay.
That's right, buddy.
All right, right here.
Want to make the Kastles team, you got to stay with me. Grab a lunch and let's make it happen. But the wrong way to do it, what other teams do that are struggling against Leander Paes and Rennae Stubbs,
which would be most people.
These guys cross this way.
All right.
It's a much tougher volley 5 feet out, as opposed to the fuzzy yellow brick road right down here. That's where you want to make your poach.
So use that analogy you had before. It was a golf analogy about putting.
Well, in golf, if there's my hole and I'm putting from here, just like volleying from here, it's a much tougher volley
than if you're right up at the net.
But then the 3-0, 4-0, the amateur player saying, but Murphy, Coach Murphy, what about the lob? I'll tell you about the lob. Give them the lob. Our doubles players and the best doubles players in the world want you to lob.
Yeah.
If you're worried about the lob, get back into the drawing room or drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. Work with your coach and develop a great overhead. I think the most important shot in doubles, besides serve and return, is a great overhead, because we are in doubles working to get that setter. So like in golf, it's much easier to hit a putt from right here or a volley from right here and to put balls away from up here.
More angles.
Exactly. So that's why we use the fuzzy yellow brick road. After you volley, you close forward, and pow, you take your opponent out.
Well, I think the good point you made about the angles is from back here, you have to hit through the court.
Yeah.
But when you get up here, now I can go off the court, so your opponents have way more court to cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Are you ready to try this out?
Let's do it. I got Castles are taking tryouts, so I've got a shot, is what you're saying.
You're already on the team.
All right, nice.
Now.
There we go.
You'll
that's
never
what I like to
play.
hear. That's on video. So
Okay.
That's fine. That's on video.
Never play. All right, Will, I need you a little bit closer. Like
right
I said,
here?
you don't want to be too far from the net here.
Okay.
And I'm going to feed you that first ball
All right,
here
first
to the
one?
backhand side, and I want you to be looking for it.
All right. Let's demonstrate first what the mistake is. So give me that first
Exactly.
ball.
The
so
mistake most
I go like
players
this,
make
and then
is
I
when they
move
go
this way.
sideways. Look how far back you are.
Yeah.
It's like I see a lot that can go wrong between
That's a long
your
putt.
opponent, the net, and you.
Okay. So what I want to do is
find that
first one and then
fuzzy
close
yellow road,
like
yellow
that.
brick road. Perfect.
Okay.
I mean, there's closing the gap,
Uh-huh.
you know, and that's the name of the game. There's the first shot, second shot, through the middle.
Just like
Good.
that. And do I always want to go at the net man, or is there something else I might want to do here?
Well, you can go, you know, you can work on everything. I think
Okay.
in the game of tennis, you always have to be, because a great team's going to move with you.
Okay.
So if I'm moving with you and you want to go behind me, that time you didn't go behind me.
Okay, go over there. Okay.
So I think you can hit that spot in the alley.
Okay.
Boom.
Like
Good.
that.
And that's awesome.
Okay.
And going back to what I said before, when in doubt at the net,
Mm-hmm.
you know, do I volley back here? Do I volley over here? When in doubt, always volley cross court. The
Okay.
easiest place to hit the ball is back to where it came from.
Okay.
The name of the game in the game of tennis is to hit to the open spot. Hit to where he isn't or she isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hit to you, if the rule of thumb is when in doubt, go cross court. If you hit it back to me and I go cross court, I automatically take the ball away from you.
All right. All right.
You know, forcing you to make that yellow brick road
Okay.
move.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you're almost anticipating. A lot of people say, how do I get that anticipation?
Yeah.
Well, you do that by doing drills like this.
Well, let me ask you one thing about the anticipation, because one of the things I like to do is whenever I see the net man closing, if I'm at net, and maybe in this situation you have my opponent serving to you, and we're teammates now, Castles, we're on the same team,
Yeah.
so you return, you hit a great return. If I see my the server bend down to dig out a good return, I immediately start crossing.
Absolutely. Or at least make your presence known. The
Okay.
whole thing when I'm hitting that first volley, I used to hate it when my opponents, I could feel them moving.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was move forward, get on top of the net. And I'm 6'5". If
Sure.
I'm up here
That helps.
and you're down low getting a volley, you're going to see me in the corner of your eye. You always want, let's say I'm at the net and the returner's there, it's a lot of trickery.
Yeah.
Leander's great because he's always coming up with new tricks, new bags of tricks. And so I want to get you to take your eye off the ball just for a second.
Just a split
And that
okay.
causes a mistake. That's why people fake,
Yeah.
go to the US Open or Australian Open or any of the big tournaments. Top players are always like trying to get into your head, get into your eyes. You know, if I can get you to take your eye off the ball just for a second, I'm up 10%
okay.
in that point.
Okay.
So
do we have anything else with the yellow brick road? Or?
but that's a really
No,
good one. But let's do like 10 more reps.
Okay, just to see exactly.
The name of the game is reps. And the more you do anything, the better you're going to get at it.
Okay.
So just doing it once or twice and showing it right. No, but we got to get, you practice until your blisters bleed.
All right.
And guess what? Then you practice some more.
Okay.
That's what we do in Castles country.
That's how it works for Washington
That's
Kastles.
right,
All right,
buddy. Come on! Oh, you're too far back.
All right, too far back. I should already be up.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh, you got me.
Got
Next
it low.
point. Boom. Good. Hustle, hustle, hustle. And if you're really working it, that's one for me. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Excellent. 3 more. Wow! I'm so sorry, Will. I'm
this
headhunting.
guy's going. Yeah.
Well, I'm like Robbie. It's like Kendrick with the sport time.
Yeah,
trying to
it's
hit
true. I
Leander
remember
in the
that.
head. Boom. Perfect. Well, you're already
There
a
we
better
go.
player. Come on! You can leave your tip at the door.
All right, so Murphy, we're going to work on the serve now. So why don't you walk us through some of the things you think are real
Well,
important?
the serve in doubles is much different than the serve in singles. Where you stand, where you serve, and the reason behind it. Why are we doing what we're doing? This right here, between 3 feet and the center singles line, is the best place to serve for singles
All right.
because it keeps the court balanced. But in doubles, where there's two of those guys, you want to get out here wide.
Okay.
And the best place to serve isn't out wide, isn't creating angles for your opponents. If anything, you want to keep the ball always out in front of you. The team that controls the middle of the court wins the doubles matches usually. So from here serving, my first move isn't what you may think. It isn't serve forward. Big mistake.
Okay.
It's actually serve and fall to this side, and you're going almost in a zigzag.
Really?
You're going
So
out because mentally you have to cover that alley. As returners, where are you
You're
aiming?
going to go, okay. You're going to go over there. Yeah.
So you almost have to learn how to fall to the side so you're in position to make that shot. The other thing I see amateur players, or even the guys in the pro game, is that they serve and then they run in, as opposed to serving forward and making that zigzag.
So
move.
you're kind of merging the motion in terms of I hit, follow through. He's actually carrying me forward into my next shot.
Sure.
You don't. One of the, I guess, a similar example to give would be a lot of players I like to do. Say when they move out to hit, they do hit and then they go here and they just watch where their ball went and they don't recover.
Yeah.
And in this case, it would be serve, watch where it went, and then they move forward.
Yeah, you want to be thinking 2 shots, 3 shots ahead. You have to be thinking, and people say, well, you know, maybe I'm a 3-0 player. I don't like to serve and volley right away. It doesn't matter whether you're serving and staying back for 1 shot or serving and volleying. The principles are the same. You've got to get forward and you've got to be thinking about the next shot.
Okay.
And how you do that, you don't want to be hesitant.
All right.
You don't want to be second guessing. Do I come now? Go, you know. You have to make that, you know, gut check move and make your move and live with it.
So talk about things like, you know, you got Leander Paes, you got Rennae Stubbs with the Kastles. Is that one of the things that makes them so good? Is they're always 1 shot ahead? And
the players like that are 4 shots ahead.
Are they really? Okay.
Leander Paes is thinking, you know, I'm going to drop at his feet, go over his head, bang it through the middle, going out wide. I mean, his hands are so fast. Rennae plays more of a boxy game.
Okay.
She drops at your feet, and her whole drill is if she's back on the baseline for more than 1 shot, she has defeated herself.
Okay.
You always want to play to your strengths, and Leander Paes' strengths and Venus Williams or Serena Williams' strengths are different than Rennae Stubbs' strengths.
Okay.
So Rennae's strengths are at the net.
So she's just unbelievably aggressive in terms of her movement forward.
And Leander's that way as well, but he's got some other tricks which are topspin lob, angle, you know, they're using the slice low. You know, the game has so many different varieties, but you better know your game. If you're a great baseliner, you're a woman that loves it on the baseline, that's okay. But at some point, you have to learn how to set up it's all about 2 things, movement, real estate, covering the court, and helping, always trying to, every ball you hit should try to set up your partner.
Okay.
Every ball you hit in doubles, you're setting up your partner, and with those things in mind, and playing to your strengths.
So basically, what you're saying, you know, the broader framework of doubles is always move forward, but based on your skill set, you're certainly welcome to take a ball at the ground stroke and then say, okay, I can move forward.
Absolutely.
That would be maybe more a Serena or Venus. And then you have a Rennae who's just like 1 shot, I'm in. It's just
she's not going to get any damage done. And someone like Rennae Stubbs or Leander Paes really don't want to be in long rallies.
Yeah.
The longer they're on the court with a Venus and Serena Williams, the better the chance they're going to lose the point. As opposed to, let's get this thing over quick. Let's get the point over quick. Let's not give our opponents any rhythm. If you're playing someone better than you hopefully you're not ending the points because of your mistakes. You want to end them because of your winners.
All right. And actually, that was an interesting point you were making in terms of the positioning. Now, if I was playing Serena Williams and I missed my first serve, if I hit my second serve, and thankfully it's a little bit harder actually in practice than that, I would not probably close behind that because I'd figure I'd get tagged on the return. So how do you,
Not necessarily. Rennae Stubbs doesn't have a big bomber serve, but just the fact that she's pressing forward forces, as opposed to if you serve and stay back on a weaker serve. Yeah. Okay. You're looking at all this area is one major big target for Serena or Venus or Roger or Rafa to hit winners in.
All right.
As opposed to if I serve and close the distance between me and my opponent.
Shrinking the amount of court they have.
Shrinking the amount of court.
Okay.
Forcing them to overhit, take their eye off the ball, do all those things. I mean, doubles is a game of distraction and deception, and you better, and that's what's really cool about it. And you're doing it with a partner in crime, and okay, you're going to do the fake, and I'm going to do this, and that's what makes it so much fun.
Well, that's an interesting point. Is what I just talked about, serve, and then you stay back. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about what's going to make this easiest for me, and what you're describing. The good players think, what's going to make this most difficult for my opponents?
Yeah.
And that's why you still close, even if you're kind of hitting a serve that you're like, I'm not super happy with that, but you know what? I'm still going to pressure my opponent because that's going to win me more points than hanging back, and I might be more comfortable.
But it would be nice if you hit, the best way to serve is to make them just stretch for it a little bit.
Well, yeah.
You don't want to set up and give them a duck, because I'm not worried about the server, in this case. I'd probably be worried about your netman who needs to wear a hockey mask or something.
Or a hard hat,
Hard hat, total hard hat. But those little things, and there's no one right way to do anything because it all depends on your strengths and weaknesses. But at the same time, you want to minimize, the simplest way to play is to cut down on your mistakes and forcing your opponent to putting them in a position of more difficulty.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you're going to get more points than they do, and that's what wins matches.
Okay.
And is that the only way to play doubles? No. There's a million ways to play doubles. I remember playing Berrestategi and Karecha at the French Open, and they served and both stayed back. It was really hard to play them because it took me like 10 games just
kind of weird.
Because they threw me off.
Yeah.
They threw me off so much, and we really didn't have a rhythm, as opposed to if I'm playing Leander or Rennae or the Williams sisters or the Bryan brothers and I know their games, I have a target.
Yeah.
I know they're serving and volleying. Okay, and that's the thing, mix it up. I didn't even think about that. If, like you said, do you come in? I said, close that real estate, but if they get onto it and they're crushing you,
then you would do something else.
do something else. Give him a different look.
So you can stay back, but that's still, what Karecha and his partner did against you was the variety actually pressured you in a way because you were kind of like, what do I do?
Do I return and come in? Do I return and stay back? Return and stay back wasn't working. And because they looked at it as their forehand ground stroke was better than any volley that they could have hit. So, and then the thing was moving and it was dipping and diving, and sadly enough, we lost that match.
Oh, did you really? Okay, so it's interesting. It's kind of like the, right now, the maybe modern equivalent would be Rafael Nadal and Mark Lopez play more of a one-up, one-back kind of I formation occasionally.
Oh yeah, it's rough,
yeah,
because they got that big forehand, and that's just another way of looking at it. I think with today's technology and the way the game's played, there's even more variety out there because Rafa can do that toss spin lob, or he can rip that backhand cross court. And, playing Rafa in doubles is no day at the beach.
Yeah.
I'd like him on the Castles team, actually. I think he'd be pretty.
Well, we got to put in a call.
I'm going to put in a call. Rafa, ¿cómo estás? Will you play for the Castles? And he'll say, see or no?
He'll say, yeah, probably not.
Hey! All right, man. Well, that's one part of it. Let's talk about more doubles and move right along.
Okay. All right, so you got one more drill for us, Murphy, and this is some reflex volley stuff.
Yeah, this is the meat and potatoes of the game of doubles in tennis, which is these drills are the drills that you see the Bryan brothers do. These are the drills you see the best doubles players that ever played do. And then these things, there's three different variables in how to do it. It's called reflex volley, smash and crash. We're going to start with both players on the service line, and they're going to be moving forward toward each other.
All right.
It's all about closing, but we don't want to be wild,
we're not trying to win the point.
Maniacs trying to headhunt in this situation. This is just where you get your control. This is where you get your strength.
Okay.
These are the push-ups of volleying and doubles.
That's a good analogy. Okay, the push-ups, right.
Yeah, you're just building up your strength, your reps, more reps. All right, let's start it out. You're at the service line and I'm at the service line.
And so we're going to be closing to start?
We're going to be closing.
Okay.
Actually, let's actually start. This one, we're going to stay back.
All right, stay back and just warm up.
The first set of drills you want to do is just to get control, warm up your wrist, your hand, your elbow. Is that my dinner bell? I'm not sure. Okay, good stuff. And why we're two back, the advantages of being two back is to firm it up. is if you can get your first volley deep in the court and not short, you're really, and this is a drill I had to really work on a lot. Okay, the next variable here, good stuff, Will, you let me win again. Okay, the next variable here is where you're going to be coming in and then floating back. So it's an up and back. You're boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
And then boom, boom, boom.
Okay,
boom,
and then I'm
boom.
coming back. All right.
And then I'll stay in my position. And I'm basically defense, you're offense. Offense, defense.
All right, I'm working on my movement here.
Yep, you're moving forward. Good. Once again, you're not trying to kill the ball. We're trying to rally. Rally down the alley.
Now I back up slightly.
Good. Now I start backing it up. Good, all the way back to the service line. Good, this is textbook Bryan Brothers doubles tip. Or
This
doubles
is textbook
drill.
right here?
All right, now start coming in again. Great, Will.
Oop.
All right, we found the weakness.
The low ball.
The forehand volley. Great stuff, now back it up again. All right, now when you get to the service line this time, I'll start working the offense and you'll work the defense.
All right.
Good stuff. Now here comes my offense. I'm moving forward. You're staying there on the service line in defense. As I move forward, and as a volleyer, I'm always thinking out in front.
Okay.
If I've lost sight of my racket,
Bad.
bad.
Okay.
If I'm always out here where my peripheral can see my racket head, it's good.
All right.
Okay, you stay on D, and
All right.
I'll keep moving forward.
Oh, my fault.
Come on! Can you believe Coach Murphy missed a shot?
I had to win at least 1 point.
I don't know. I have to. You keep me humble. Excellent. I'm moving forward. You're on D. Great half volley. Good. And I start backing it up because there will be times we'll have to hit a quick volley on the fly, backing up, diving sideways. Good stuff. All right. Now I'm going to make my move forward again, doing more offense. Oh!
There we go.
Here you go, partner. Good. I'm always thinking front, 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 front is the mantra. All right, and the last one is we're both attacking the net. Boom.
Right.
Boom. Oh, I got me. Tweener. Good. Or we just stay there.
Oh, I put a little too much on that one.
Will's got some fast hands.
There we go. Come on.
I got no shot.
You got
Well, and that's the idea. If you want to get great doubles, become a great doubles player, you got to have quick hands.
quick hands and the emphasis on the movement, closing that real estate.
Owning real estate. Movement, movement, movement. Controlling the angles of the court, and of course, more quick hands.
Awesome.
You've got the quick hands.
I'm working on it. You know, it's going to all these Kastles matches. I can see this crazy double stuff.
Well, you would have quick feet, but we need to shave your head.
Yeah, well, is that sort of the initiation? Is the the buzz cut?
We shave your head.
The Murphy Jensen special.
It didn't go so well with Rennae Stubbs, so we stopped that.
You saw that? I can see, yeah. She wore a hat for the next 3 months.
So it's really great to be here, bud.
Well, hey, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, see you next time.
Guys, Kastles tickets are on sale. Today is the first day. Season starts this July. We are going to be there, obviously.
How do you buy tickets? 2024 Tennis?
2024 Tennis, WashingtonKastles.com. We'll also have a link on the website somewhere on this page.
You mean
Probably
WashingtonKastles. Come on!
All right, Guy. Well, on that note, we will see you at the tennis this summer. Murphy, thanks again.
You too, Will.